and welcome back to another video. Today we are doing a Karma X listener. This one is part 2 of the Unexpected series and it is called That Bitch. So I keep changing my outro and intro, and for that I'm really sorry, but I feel like this one is going to stick because I really like it and I hope you do as well. Now with that said, let's get into the video, yeah? Wayan, their eyes are moving. Stop shouting. What the? Oh good, Wayan, you're awake. Kara-sensei? Yes, it's your beloved teacher. You tried to sit up, placing your hands to the side and pushing up your body. You felt your pillow quickly adjust to your position. Knowing who it was, you thanked him. It's really no problem. After all, what kind of teacher would it be if I didn't? Was that really a question he'd just asked you? Hey, where's Karma? You asked, rubbing your eyes. It's funny how your first instinct is to know where he is. You heard an oh too familiar voice. Kaino, is that you? Of course it is. You opened your watery eyes and looked around the room you were in. It was not your room. This you could tell by the color of the wall. It was white with cute little animals dancing as a design. Your eyes landed on your best friend. You smiled and opened your arms. She ran over and hugged you. You scared me to death for a minute, she said. Next time you do that, I'll kill you myself. Well, it was you guys who put them in this situation. Your head jerked from Kaino's fluffy hair to the voice who had spoke. Karma? Kaino lifted herself from your body, letting you see the full body of the redhead. As soon as you grazed over his, you met them. Those mercury golden eyes, that short cherry red hair, the pale skin that covered his body. It was the first time you had ever truly noticed Karma's features. Your partner in crime, the one you had schemed with. Right? That was what led you to lying in a hospital bed. You set your plan into action. It was all going so well. Your phone was ready, and then we kissed, you said with a monotone voice. Your eyes as droopy as your limbs felt. You didn't know when, but your gaze had slowly dropped to your lap while you were in your thoughts. You heard Kaino's little giggle and Nagisa's hand petting Karma on the back. Yeah. Wait, I said that out loud? You looked up with worry and embarrassment clear across your face. Kaino showed me the video. You looked like you enjoyed it. Alright, that's it. Everyone out. Oh, but Karma. You backstabbing little. As you braced yourself to stand up, the two of your friends, along with your giant octopus of a teacher, scurried out of the room. Karma was following right behind, but before he left, he placed his hand on the door, looked back at you, and smirked. So, you enjoyed it, huh? You cherry-top sadist, you yelled. Knowing he would be able to hear you, you felt satisfaction cross over you and sat back down. Time skip. The doctor said you would be released from the hospital a few seconds after your parents came in and signed the documents. You said okay and were now in the bathroom changing your clothes. After you were done, you set the hospital dress inside your bag the nurse gave you. The rest of your belongings were set inside the bag as well. You looked in the mirror, wondering through your thoughts. You wondered what it would be like for you at school tomorrow. Kaino and Nagisa had proof that you and Karma kissed, so it would be useless to deny the action. You could always say it was unintentional and that it didn't bother you, but the thing was, it really didn't bother you. That's what was wrong. You should have been bothered by it. You should have been disgusted, dissatisfied, and disappointed that your first kiss was with him, but you weren't. And as much as you hated agreeing with Kaino, especially at a time and situation like this, she was right. You did like it. In fact, you wanted more. But that didn't mean you fancied him. You just liked his lips? Oh gosh, you were literally fanning about him. You analyzed his features for the first time today. You really saw what his fangirls and fanboys saw. You could understand why Kaino said he won the contest of the cutest boy in class based on looks alone. He was handsome, all jokes aside. You thought back to what he said before he walked out. So, you enjoyed it, huh? And he knew it. This made you a little angry, but you didn't want people getting the wrong idea, so you decided not to think about it. At least you tried to. You left the loo and patiently waited for your parents to get done with the papers. Honestly, Wayan, your mother sighed out with a smile. You chuckled at her expression and hopped into the car. You drove home and quickly walked to your bed. You shut the door and plopped down, enlacing the blanket with your body and falling asleep. The next day, my head feels like it's going to burst. You whined to Kaino on your way to school. Why does it possibly have something to do with it? You could hear the teasing in her tone and was just not yet ready for it. Don't you dare, you said coldly, pushing her out the way of the classroom door and walking into first period. You felt the eyes of your peers on you and you quietly walked to your seat. You set your things down, but just as you were about to take your seat, you got an idea. You moved over to Kora-sensei's desk and asked to address the class before he started his lecture. He gave you a weird look before you corrected yourself. Listen, I meant to listen. You sighed and nervously laughed. Okay, but please make it quick, Wayne. You smiled widely at this and took your place in front of the middle of his desk. Hello, class. I have just a few words before Carlos-sensei starts his lesson. You felt dread waltz over your fellow classmates as they eyed you. Right then, I shall start. You squeaked out before lowering your head and seemingly your voice along with it. I don't know what Kaino or Nagisa have showed you, but if I hear a peep out of any one of you, I won't hesitate to... Okay, I think that's enough, Wayne. What? But, You may take your seat now, please. You huffed towards your seat and sat. Giggles crossed your ears, but you already knew who was making the noise, so you didn't bother turning to glare at her. Instead, you looked out the class pane window, drowning the sound of Koro-sensei's high-pitched tone out of your head. That's when your thoughts drifted towards Karma again. You smiled at the thought of the kiss you two shared. Both of you immediately pulled apart, so it's not like it lasted that long, but for some reason, only good thoughts popped up whenever you thought about it. Thinking about me again, are we? You heard a voice from the side of you. It was definitely not Kaino's, as it was male, and for some reason, you were too anxious to turn around. Ignoring me won't do you any good. It spoke again. You really live up to your name, don't you? You smirked, turning to face the Satan spawn that was next to you. It just comes naturally. He responded with ease, shrugging his shoulders and focusing his eyes in front of him on nothing in particular. Damn you, Karma. You narrowed your eyes as if you could actually burn holes into the rear side of his head. He turned to face you with a snarky comeback, of course. That's not what you were saying yesterday. He narrowed his eyes like yours, but with a smirk. That sadistic smirk, those daring eyes, that fine-ass cherry red hair. Damn them all, you screamed in your head. You looked away, not able to keep this staring contest up for much longer, while Karma triumphed in victory. What are you even doing here? Where's Kaino? Karma pointed to the back row, where he usually sat. What is she doing back there? You stared at the green-haired girl in confusion. She's helping out Okuda. You rolled your eyes at the sound of the girl's name. For some reason, you could never find a way to get along with her. You eventually stopped trying when she basically told you to fuck off. What's with your eyes? What? You rolled them. Oh yeah, so? Why? There must be a reason, because people don't just... You don't ever shut up, do you? He paused with his mouth open for a bit. Then he responded. No, I don't. Again you rolled your eyes, differently from when you did it at Okuda, but still. Hey, Karma, Kaino said. How did she get behind us so fast? I didn't even hear her footsteps. Cool, you thought. You turned to see what Kaino was going to ask Karma, before noticing Okuda's eyes on the two of them. Her purple orbs looked somewhat hopeful. That's when you heard, Sure, I'll help her, but I thought she would be good at math since she's into chemistry. Karma placed his hands behind his head as he spoke. What? You stared blankly at the two of them. Kaino asked Karma to help Okuda with her math, Nagisa exclaimed. Yeah, math isn't really my department, Kaino said, rubbing the sweat that lingered off her neck and adding a nervous smile. Oh, did she know? You asked with a hint of sarcasm in your voice. What's wrong? Kaino asked. You don't like her or something? She sounded genuinely curious, and you did not want to come off as rude, so you kept silent. The group of three awaiting your response had did the same. It's not like I don't like her per se, it's more of a... You paused, thinking of a word best to describe your relationship with the girl. As you did this, your eyes wandered over to her. She was watching the whole thing, though she most likely couldn't hear it. Her eyes shot up to yours, and her innocent face crumbled into a sharp glare, which you returned. Facing your friends once more, you placed a hand on Karma's shoulder and spoke up. She's just a bitch. You left your friends in utter shock. Well, the two of them. But the other one looked proud as they watched you walk over to the girl's desk. Hey, I heard you needed help with math. I'm just as good as Karma, so I can help you if you want. You gave a fake smile. No, it's fine. I got it. Just as I thought. All bark and no bite, or rather all looks and no bark or bite. You smiled and made your way back over to your seat. She said she doesn't need help anymore. Guess she figured it out, you said, plopping down into your seat with a monotone face. Really? She seemed to be struggling a lot when I talked to her. Well, I told her I was as good as Karma, you motioned towards the boy in hand, and offered to help, but she brushed it off. Oh, Kaino said, as if trying to understand why Okuda was saying different things. As if reading her mind, Nagisa piped up. Maybe she just wanted to spend time with Karma. You slammed your hand on your desk, gaining attention from some of the nearby students. though you didn't have time to explain as you were just as confused by your own actions. Sorry, I don't know why I did that, you said, examining your hand. It was almost as red as the cherry top sitting next to you. I may have a guess. Karma smirked, leaning into your face. You looked up, unaware of how close he actually was to you. What is it? You asked in a flat tone. Once you processed how close in fact he was, a blush crept its way onto your cheeks. You sure you want me to answer that? His smirk didn't leave his face until Koro-sensei used 2 of his tentacles to push the 2 of you away from each other. No PTSD in my class. You could practically feel Karma's eye roll as he walked back to his seat and Kaino took her place beside you. Oh my god. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that story. My foot is numb. Oh my god, that was 8 pages. I love Karma. He's so cute. Okay, I need to stop blushing. I'm fangirling over here. Okay. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Bye, loves.
I'm going to Walmart. You wanna go?
Yes, after I read 4 lines. It's only 4 lines.
You got 2 minutes.